The official count of who killed Malcolm X, it's not true.
An explosive new Netflix documentary casts doubt on the assassination of Malcolm X 55 years ago this month. Now, the Manhattan DA's office says it will begin a preliminary review of the matter, something that will determine what further investigative steps may be undertaken. Malcolm's family has always wanted to know more.
It's important to get answers about who gunned down my father.
In a brazen attack, Malcolm X was gunned down in front of his wife and children while giving a speech in Harlem.
We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Malcolm became an even more controversial figure after his public falling out with the Nation of Islam.
I do believe there'll be attempts on my life.
3 members of the Nation of Islam were arrested and convicted of Malcolm's assassination in a case that raised questions from the start. One confessed and maintained the other 2 were innocent. Historian Abdur Rahman Muhammad says the alibis of 2 of those convicted were ignored.
And the thing is, 2 of them weren't even in the Audubon ballroom that day.
One of them died in 2009, maintaining his innocence. Another, Muhammad Aziz, released after 20 years, is now 81 years old. His lawyer and the Innocence Project say they're grateful the DA is taking another look at one of the most high-profile murders in U.S. history. Rahima Ellis, NBC News, New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.